Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to tackle some really mind-bending facts about, well, everyday life.
Exactly. We've got some great stuff from BBC Science Focus magazine.
Stuff that challenges what you think you know about the world, even your own body.
And we're not just throwing facts out there. The idea is to give you the real answers, the verified science behind them.
Right, the why it matters part. Get you thinking differently about things you probably take for granted.
Definitely. Time to question some assumptions.
Okay, let's jump right in. Here's a big one. Thinking you're, mostly human cells.
Ah, yes, that common belief. Well, it turns out that might need a bit of an update.
An update? How so? What's the real picture inside us?
Well, there was a really important study back in 2016, and it found that by cell count, the average human is actually around 56% bacteria.
56%. Seriously. Not mostly human cells.
By count, yes.
Yeah.
It was a big change from some much higher, older estimates. Now, it's crucial to add. By weight, you're still overwhelmingly human, like over 99.7%, because bacteria are tiny.
Ah, I see. So lots and lots of tiny passengers, but
Yeah.
not much mass.
Exactly. It's more like we're a walking ecosystem,
Yeah.
but those bacteria are vital.
Right, not just passengers. They do things for us.
Yeah.
But sometimes not so great things, like what about an itch? That annoying feeling.
Yes. Sometimes those tiny residents are, in fact, the direct cause.
Really? How does that work?
Well, there's a common skin bacterium, Staphylococcus aureus, you might have it right now.
Okay.
It can release a specific chemical, and that chemical activates a particular nerve protein in your skin
And that sends the signal.
that sends the signal straight to your brain saying itch.
Hmm.
It's a pretty complex little pathway for such a common feeling.
Wow. Microscopic drama playing out on our skin.
Well,
Okay, staying with bodies for a second. How about something much bigger, but maybe just as hidden?
go on.
Like being heavily pregnant, but having absolutely no idea. It sounds like fiction, but it happens.
It does. They're called cryptic pregnancies, and they're surprisingly not that rare.
Not that rare. How common are we talking?
Well, the figures suggest about 1 in 500 pregnancies isn't recognized until at least the halfway point.
Halfway. That's incredible.
And even more astonishing, maybe 1 in 2,500 women don't know until they're actually in labor.
Wow. It just shows how, I guess, unaware we can be of massive changes in our own bodies.
It really does. The body's capacity to just manage things is
Okay.
quite something.
Okay, let's pivot from human bodies to some weird biology out there. Get this. Starfish don't have bodies.
Wow, the echinoderms. Yes, that's technically correct according to how biologists classify them.
So what are they then, if not a body?
They, along with things like sea urchins, sand dollars,
Mm-hmm.
their entire structure, that radial shape, it's all classified as a head.
The whole thing is a head, no torso, no tail, just head.
Basically, yes. It sort of forces us to rethink what body even means in biology. Evolution gets pretty creative.
No kidding. Okay, from weird anatomy to surprising behavior, humans aren't always great in emergencies, right? Bit chaotic.
Often, yes. Panic doesn't usually lead to order.
But fish can apparently form orderly cues, even when things get stressful.
It sounds funny, but yes. There was research on neon tetras, little fish.
Leon tetras, the ones you see in tanks,
Those are the ones. When they needed to get through a narrow space, like an escape route, they actually lined up.
they cued to avoid bumping into each other.
Pretty much. To avoid collisions, maybe keep the flow going. Scientists think it shows they can follow, social rules even under pressure.
Maybe better than us sometimes.
Perhaps. It suggests a kind of ingrained cooperation.
Fascinating. Okay, one for pet owners. Ginger cats. Why are most of them male? Is that actually true?
It is true. Statistically, yeah. You get roughly 3 ginger males for every 1 ginger female.
3 to 1. Why is that?
It's down to genetics. The gene responsible for that ginger color. It's located on the X chromosome.
Okay, X chromosome.
Right. So males have XY chromosomes, females have XX. A male only needs that ginger gene on his 1X chromosome to be ginger.
Ah, but a female needs it on both.
Exactly. She needs to inherit 2 copies of the ginger gene, 1 on each X, to be fully ginger. It's just less likely statistically.
Makes sense. Simple genetics. Now, something subtle. Have you ever felt like your nails grow faster in the summer?
That's actually a thing people report, and there might be something to it.
Really? What's the thinking? More sunshine.
Possibly indirectly. The main idea may be increased blood supply to the fingertips in warmer weather, better circulation, maybe more nutrients.
Okay, that makes sense.
And perhaps, people are often less stressed on summer holidays. Maybe that plays a tiny role too, though it's hard to pin down exactly.
Interesting. Right, let's look up. Way up. Insects flying high. How high are we talking?
Oh, incredibly high. Think about bumblebees. Alpine bumblebees have been found buzzing around at over 3.25 kilometers above sea level.
8 kilometers for a bumblebee.
Yep. And in lab tests, they've shown they can fly in conditions simulating the air density and low oxygen you'd find at 9 kilometers.
9 kilometers.
Yeah.
That's higher than Mount Everest.
Higher than Everest. For an insect, their physiology is just amazing.
Truly is. Okay, final one. Let's zoom out. Way, way out. You sitting there right now, you're traveling millions of kilometers every single day.
Yeah. Puts the daily commute into perspective, doesn't it?
Absolutely. How fast are we actually moving?
Well, just think about Earth going around the sun. That journey covers about 2.5 million kilometers daily.
2.5 million every day.
Every day. But that's not all. Our entire solar system is also hurtling through space around the center of the Milky Way galaxy.
Okay, and that adds how much?
That adds roughly another 16.5 million kilometers, give or take. So total, you're looking at something like 19 million kilometers daily relative to the galactic center.
19 million kilometers. Just, wow, we feel so still, but we're on this incredible cosmic ride.
Absolutely. Constant motion on a scale that's hard to even grasp.
So this whole deep dive, it's really shown us from the bacteria making us up to starfish heads to queuing fish and this massive cosmic journey. There's just so much hidden science right under our noses, or, well, inside them too.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it raises a big question for everyone listening.
Yeah.
What other things that seem totally normal, totally everyday,
Right.
what other common beliefs might be completely different from how we assume they are?
That's a great takeaway. Keep questioning.
Exactly. Keep asking why. Keep diving deeper. There's always more to discover.